10:37, May 6th. Just remaking this video because they're shocking my brain. But be wary, there's some terrorists running around pretending to be researchers and pretending to perform science. They're running around with, and they're also pretending to be law enforcement agents. They're running around with new age investigation companies, new age court systems. They're running around with human programming tech and pretending to be human programmers. They're not researchers. They're terrorists and involved with terrorist financing, financing of sexual slavery, financing of organized crime in the form of RICO and illegal gambling. They're financing illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. They're financing highly illegal, unethical, inhumane human experimentation. One way you know they're not doing research, they don't understand the technology they use, and they've been doing research for 6 years and 6 months and still don't even know how their instruments could lead to unreliable data. So they've been accepting all this money from investors and collecting this data and selling data, and they don't even know if the data they're selling to them is reliable. They don't know the manipulations of the technology. They don't know how the message from the brain, the body, etc. could be manipulated or tampered with in transit to a computer. They don't know what kind of devices could also be put in the nervous system that could then throw off these neurophysiological cue monitors and readings. So if they're not performing research, what are they doing? Financial crimes. They're misleading investors with fraudulent investments. They're trying to tie their hands. They're seducing them with the novelty of the tech and the interesting nature of it and providing them fraudulent experts who aren't experts. 1 second, Sophia. They're providing them fraudulent experts who are not experts and training them with this tech. And they're teaching people stuff about the tech who then don't tell them how these readings can be manipulated. So these guys are basically criminals, and they're not just committing financial crimes. They're involved with betting manipulation. If I remember correctly as well, one of these guys' tactics is they're recruiting investors to all these illegal investments, accepting investor money, and then they're also gambling with it. So they accrue all this investor money, gamble with it on a big bet, and if they lose, they tell everyone the investment failed. And then if they win, they give them their money back, and then they keep a large cut. So they're also gambling with investor money, so be wary for that. This is going on in Dallas, Houston, Woodlands, California, New York. Be careful for these guys. They're terrorists. They're also involved in terrorist financing and other highly illegal acts. I'm a victim of some of these guys. They're pure evil, and they have no respect for human life. They finance pseudoscience to coerce murder and crime on innocent people. They finance dehumanization campaigns on victims of their crimes, victims of their sexual violence, victims of their slavery, victims of their sexual slavery, victims of their theft and crimes that their children commit, and more. They finance oppression and abuse. They actually have these slow, covert, systematized community murder rings where they stalk people and murder disabled people for entertainment slowly and covertly. I have a document about it. They also have these covert community abuse rings where they stalk disabled people as a community and abuse them with neurophysiological weapons and radiation weapons for entertainment and for bets. Entertainment. So these are really bad dudes. They're really sick in the mind. They have a problem. And for some reason, there are people who don't get that and are unable to recognize this. And these people are sickos. And the people who know who they are have more than criminal negligence, because it's more than obvious they're sick in the mind. And there's no reason people this sick in the mind should be having access to neurophysiological weapons, devices that interact with the human nervous system, devices that interact with the human brain, because they're more than mentally disturbed and unfit to be wielding such technology, and unfit to be using such technology, and unfit to be doing any form of human research or experimentation. You'd have to be crazy to let these people around human beings. But that's just a side note. Regardless of this, don't put me up to anything. Regardless of this, they think I'm an actor. I'm not an actor. These guys are delusional. Yeah, no, I'm just reporting key stuff. But regardless of this, look for these guys trying to pull you into investments. They're really criminals and financial crimes criminals. They'll try to get you to invest. They'll try to get your friends. They'll take all your money, gamble with it. They may even try to fuck you and manipulate the bit and make you lose money. Or they'll just lose it. Or they will win the bet and then just give you your money back and say, oh, here's your return on investment. It's just like your money and a little more, and then they'll keep a big chunk for themselves. So these guys are big-time criminals. Beware for them. They're in Dallas, Houston, Woodlands, New York, California, Dubai. Some of their investments they're pulling you into are actually ideas that are mine that they have been stealing and selling for 6 years and 6 months illegally, committing aggravated assault and robbery, hiring some of these neurophysiological weapons terrorists to commit covert aggravated assault and robbery and steal them and sell them. So be wary. These are bad news people. They're bad news bears. They're more than bad apples. They're worse than rotten apples. They're mentally disturbed, and not like in a sad way, in like a homicidal maniac way, like rape, murder, kill kind of way, Hitler kind of way. So dangerous and scary. It's mind-boggling. They're still on the loose, as they are more than unfit to be in society. So be wary. But that's some of their tactics. But yeah, ponder this: guys performing research and women performing research. And in 6 years and 6 months, they didn't even look for how their technology could be manipulated to where they were getting unreliable data. That should raise a huge fucking red flag, because they're not performing research. So spread the word. If you're one of these people they recruited to an investment, they ain't doing research. Think about it. If they don't even know how to check for how their technology could be manipulated, how information could be tampered with en route to your computer, how the human body could be manipulated in order to throw off these cues, they're not performing research. They're clearly doing illegal stuff and selling fraudulent data, misleading investors. Because think about collecting unreliable data for 6 years and 6 months while performing research and not even checking. That's a waste of shit tons of money. So spread the word. Praise Jesus.